Much. Also, the president thanking Kanye West for his support this week. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of that, it causes huge uproar. Why?
Look how much African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. To those I say the following: what do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump?
Lincoln was a Republican. I mean, somehow it changed over the years. And I will say, I really believe it's changing back. Remember, I was going to get no black votes. Right. I was going to get none. Well, I got a lot.
And the premise the president raised, even going back to his discussions with Kanye, of course, that became a separate little soap opera in the past week, is you minorities, you African Americans, young and old, like, what the hell have you got to lose? You've been in lockstep with Democrats. Give me a try. See what happens. Well, he's saying see what happens now is record low unemployment for minorities, African Americans, for women, for young African Americans. So is he onto something? Or are his supporters like Kanye West just on something? Back and forth on this with Fox News contributor Gianni and Fox Business Network's Charles Payne. Charles, it's a valid point he's making. I mean, if you haven't really advanced under the other party, what the hell? Go for this party.
I always equated to investing in the market. If I bought a stock 50 years ago, $10 a share, and it was still $10 a share, I might think of maybe there's some better stocks out there.
I knew I should have done something on that.
You know, listen, if you look at the data, if you look at the cities where these Democrats have been in control, and it's really, I mean, not a lot has happened. And also, I don't like the message the Democrats have always pushed, the sort of idea that we'll come to your rescue and get you higher minimum wage. I don't want higher minimum wage. I want higher maximum wage. You want to help me out? Yeah. Unlock the potential that I have. Don't placate me. Don't you know? I don't want that sort of relationship with my government or anybody who's supposed to be leading me or my community or any community. So, yeah, I think President Trump had a great point, and now it's time for them to deliver. The data looks good. You know, I'm looking more now at unemployment rates and things like that. I want to see job participation. I want to see people coming back, all people, Americans coming back into the job force. But they're also doing some amazing things within this administration, including prison reform, that I think if a Democrat was doing it, we hear about it every day.
Yeah, and it gets so far as, oh, this president's a racist, Jono, and all of that. I always say on this show, you know, we're not red or blue, we're green, we follow the money and who's making it. And it seems a lot of people are making it, and there's been a disproportionate advance on the part of minorities having and sharing a stake in all of this. But you're a better read than I. What are you hearing?
Well, that's an interesting element, Neil, and we're talking about the numbers specifically. We know that deregulation has benefited everyone, and of course increase the trajectory of the job market when it comes to African Americans. You know, I love this Kanye West dynamic, especially considering the fact that he's really unleashed this mentality to think for yourself and make decisions on your own, and I really appreciate that, especially considering the fact that there's so many folks out there who wanted to support Republicans, and now they have the ability to do so and just be who they are. So as a result, this is my debut appearance as Gianni the rapper, so I'm about to become a rapper. Check it out on Instagram. You know, my performance is on Instagram at Gianno Caldwell, of course. So this is an interesting time, and I'm really, really excited about it. And I think that people like Chance the Rapper, Kanye West, etc., and especially if it becomes a trend, is going to become competition in the marketplace when it comes to Democrats and Republicans. So we both got to get in the game. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about culturally and the black community, my moniker from a guy by the name of Mace Jackson in Chicago, what's in it for black people? And that's especially why people should vote, not because of what their grandparents did, not because it's a monolithic vote, but because you're going to benefit from the policies of the party that you're going to support. So I can appreciate that.
Well, you know, we're going to get into this later in the show, but Charles, there's an SNL veteran who's been criticizing the Alec Baldwin portrayal of Donald Trump is overly mean. They're going to raise that with Joe Piscoe, also an SNL veteran who I think agrees. But the sentiment seems it's okay to be mean and nasty and completely off the rails nasty when it comes to Donald Trump. But if you just say anything favorable about him, as Kanye did, then they pile on him. I don't think he really cares. But what do you make of that?
The double standards and the hypocrisy are beyond the pale. It really is, and they wear it with pride, which is amazing. Candace Owens, who sort of sparked all of this when she had some critical comments. Kanye West came to her defense on Twitter, and then Tom Arnold, he put a tweet out against her. I don't know if you saw it, Neil.
Yeah, I did.
It was so ugly, so vile, so
he took
evil,
it down,
so
didn't he? Or no?
Yeah, of course he took it down. I mean, but
because I don't think I can repeat it.
But
right.
the point is, though, is that he put it up, right?
That's a good, Gianni, he's right about that. But that's accepted, and no one makes too big a deal of it. Now, many Trump supporters are very critical of anyone who says anything bad about their guy and all of that. So I guess it can work both ways. But I can't blame their defensiveness sometimes. But what about you?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you're asking Gianni the rapper or Gianni the Fox News political analyst. So I'll
now
respond
you've become
to the
like a
latter.
cottage industry. I don't know who I'm talking to. Right.
I think the interesting part here is, one, you can be a Trump supporter, and of course somebody say something bad about your guy, you can respond in one way. But the second element is the ones that are saying, hey, if you say anything positive about President Trump, there's going to be, to your detriment, if you will. These are generally people that are elitists. These are folks that are in power that can make a difference in a person's life. So if you're the person that's in power and saying this, I think it's a bigger deal than if you're someone who's, between the coasts. And that's one of the reasons why I think President Trump won, because he, to some people, were a bully, and to others, he came in defense of values that weren't being defended over the 8 years in the President Obama administration. So it's such a different element to it, and now the people are getting their power back.
Yeah, we all see it through our prisms, right? Just balance it out, right? Guys, thank you all very, very much. All right, the House report is out for